Well, there's no denying that Madonna is a world icon and a music legend like no other. Madge is also one of Molly's dearest mates, so the two caught up for old time's sake in Japan.
The Material Girl has a new album, Confessions on a Dance Floor, but it was Molly who was making all her confessions too. Take a look.
Well, Madonna, 21 years, believe it or not, since you and I did our first interview in New York.
It's amazing how much time has flown.
I know. If we go back to Burning Up, which was actually the interview I had with you back then, the lyrics go, unlike the others, I'll do anything, I'm not the same, I have no shame.
I'm on fire.
You're on fire, yeah. Back then, were you ready to go for everything?
Yeah, I did feel pretty fearless, yeah.
Yeah?
But I still feel that way.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah. Yes, I did. I felt like the world was my oyster and the sky was the limit. I don't know where that came from, but that's just how it was in my head.
Well, and some of the things you dared to do, I remember being at the MTV Awards in New York when
when
you did Like a Virgin,
yes.
And you came off the cake, and I was sitting next to Tina Turner, and you were crawling over the stage, and she turned around and said, "What on earth is that woman doing?" I said, "Well, she's actually crawling on the stage at this moment, you know." And I thought maybe Madonna's not going to get away with this, and you did. Mm-hmm. Then Like a Prayer with the Black Jesus, and I thought, oh, I don't think she's going to get away with this, and you did. Have you always dared yourself?
Well, it's not so much that I dared myself, but I think I wanted to dare the establishment. I wanted to challenge the establishment, or authority, so to speak. You left out a lot of other stuff.
Oh, I know. I left out a hell of a lot.
Thank you.
You've had some shocking detractors, and of late, people like Elton John's outburst, and recently, Sharon Osbourne. Does it hurt you when they come out and do those sort of things?
It doesn't hurt me. I think it used to hurt me a lot before, because I used to take things that people said about me much more personally. But I realize now when people speak out against me or say something negative, that it's not really even me they're talking about. They're just having a bad day.
Madonna, best live act. Since when has lip syncing been live?
Well, Elton's outburst was at the Q Awards about lip syncing, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And then you were both at Live 8, and I thought, oh God, what's going to happen here? You know.
I never actually saw him.
No, he was on early, and you were on in the evening. Yeah. But you absolutely were the highlight. I'm not only saying it, a lot of other people. Were you nervous that day?
Yeah, the enormity of what I was about to do didn't really sink in until the day began, and I saw the park start filling up with people, and all the greats of rock and roll backstage, and the kind of media coverage it was getting. And then suddenly, I think a couple hours before I went on, it sort of hit me, and I went, oh my God, there's 200,000 people out there. How many millions of people are watching it?
I had to say there were more.
It was, it was an incredibly, what's the word when it just makes you high. You know what I mean? It took me off my feet.
I'm not stopping until every one of these guys is singing and clapping. Okay?
Now, I hounded you for years. When are you going to come to Australia? When are you going to come to Australia? And you always got that laugh, you know.
Yes.
I have to ask the question: will you tour this in Australia sometime, maybe?
No. Oh.
We'll have to watch tomorrow.
Blimey. All right. Yeah. What the answer? Find out in part 2. It's 10 minutes to 8 o'clock. If you saw part 1 of Molly's interview with Madonna, you ain't seen nothing yet. The two are very old friends and caught up in Japan for an intimate chat.
Well, Madge's new album, Confessions on a Dance Floor, has already soared to the top of the Aussie charts. So what's next for our favourite diva? Here's part 2.
Well, Madonna, Confessions on the Dance Floor, and I can say this unashamedly, It is a fantastic album.
I had nothing in mind when we first started working on the music. I didn't know if I was going to make a completely, 100% dance record. It just evolved into that.
Let's go to the album itself. Hung Up, which was the first single, has been a sensational hit. The very idea of sampling ABBA, with Gimme, Gimme, Gimme. Were you an ABBA fan?
Oh, God, yeah. I love ABBA. I mean, they're amazing. They have such an amazing track record of amazing music, yeah. If you're going to sample anybody, sample ABBA.
Well, Benny and Bjorn very rarely let anyone do that,
This is true. They were, they were very clear with us that they didn't do it ever, and we did have to put on a bit of a song and dance for them.
Yeah.
But fortunately, they said yes. Yeah.
Forbidden Love.
Yes.
Love that song.
I think it's about you and me.
Was it?
Yeah.
You never told me all these years. Damn. Okay, you're ready to sort of really, start the promotion for Confessions on the Dance Floor, and bang, you have the horse accident. Did you, for a moment, when you're lying on the ground, think, "Oh my God, what have I done"?
No.
No.
No, not when I was lying on the ground. I was in shock. I think a couple of days after, when the pain set in and when I went to the doctors and he told me how long it was going to take for me to heal, he said 16 weeks before you can do anything. Forget about dancing, forget about this. I'm like, but I have to shoot a video in 10 weeks. He's like, well, you're not going to. And I said, you watch me.
And you did.
Yeah, but it was
with painkillers and your hand, the whole thing.
It was very painful, yeah.
I can dance, but I can't move my arms.
I rattle when I dance like a pill bottle.
Then you do the MTV Euro Awards, opened the show and absolutely slayed them again, Again, you must have been sort of in pain.
I wasn't by then. No, I was okay by then.
What was sensation? I love it, and millions do, Do you challenge yourself now?
I always want to challenge myself by giving me more new obstacles, new challenges. Okay, if I'm going to do another video, how can I make it a video that's no one's ever seen before?
Sure.
If I'm going to go on tour, how can I put on a show that doesn't repeat myself in any way? That's just my work. As a parent, having children is a challenge every day.
It sure is. How do you do it all and look so fit?
I have an incredible team of people around me. I have a lot of discipline. I don't sleep enough, and I love what I do.
Now, I hounded you for years. When are you going to come to Australia? When are you going to come to Australia? And you always got that laugh,
Yes.
I have to ask the question, will you tour this in Australia sometime, maybe? And not a maybe.
Well, the thing is, what I don't want to be is not a person of my word.
Yeah.
I'll just say I would like to come to Australia. For me, it's always a question of how can I, travel around the world, get the biggest bang for my buck, go around the world as much as I can and squeeze it all into a summer vacation for my children.
Yeah.
So if you could do anything about squeezing the space between America and Australia, could you just push...
The kids would love Australia. They'd love
yeah, they would. You know what? They would. They would love Australia.
Barrier Reef,
there's
kangaroos.
No question. My kids would just live on the beach. And yeah, you're right. You're right. Slap my hand.
I'll give you a kiss as well. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.